So now the bending moment at section X, by considering the left hand side of the section, is first the moment caused by the support reaction VA, which is acting at a distance of X from the section X. So we have moment is force multiplied by distance, so we have VA multiplied by X. Since this moment formed due to this support reaction VA is clockwise from this section, so we have VA into X is positive. Now we'll consider the moment caused by this force P1, which is acting at a distance of X minus X1. This is the distance. Now since the moment caused by this force P1 is anti-clockwise, so we have minus sign P1 into X minus X1. So this is the bending moment at section X considering the left hand side of the section. We can also find out bending moment at section X by considering the right hand side of the section. But before that, let's study the sign convention for calculating the bending moment. For any section X, the clockwise moment or bending moment on the left hand side of the section and the anti-clockwise couple or moment on the right hand side of the section is considered as positive bending moment. The two effects can be coupled in this fashion, showing that the clockwise couple on the left hand side of the section and anti-clockwise couple on the right hand side of the section has positive bending moment. This bending moments are also called as sagging moments. So sagging moments are positive bending moments. Also, for a particular section X, anti-clockwise moment or couple on the left hand side of section and clockwise couple or moment on the right hand side of section are considered as negative bending moment. The two effects can be coupled and shown as a downward curve as this, wherein a anti-clockwise couple on the left hand side of section and clockwise couple on the right hand side of section is considered as negative. Such moments are called as hogging moments. So hogging moments are negative bending moments. So if you apply the sign conventions, you will see that moment caused by the support reaction VA is a clockwise moment on the left hand side of section, hence it is positive. Whereas the moment caused by this force P1 is anti-clockwise on the left hand side of the section, hence it is negative. Now as we move the section from one end of the support to the other end, we see that the bending moment changes in magnitude as well as in direction. So diagram which shows the variation of bending moment along the length of the beam is called as bending moment diagram. So this is a typical bending moment diagram for the beam given in this figure. In bending moment diagram, on y-axis we have the bending moment, whereas on the x-axis we have the length of the beam. Bending moment above the horizontal zero line is called as positive bending moment, whereas bending moment below the horizontal zero line is called as a negative bending moment. So you can see some part of the beam is subjected to positive bending moment, whereas a small part of the beam is subjected to negative bending moment. Bending moment is shortly denoted as BMD. Our next topic is relation between shear force, bending moment and intensity of loading. So for any kind of a beam, for this case it is a simply supported beam which is being subjected to various kind of loads such that P1, P2 are point loads, P3 is a uniformly distributed load and P4 is a uniformly varying load varying from 0 intensity to P4. For these beams, we have relation between shear force and bending moment as shear force SF is given as dm by dx, meaning that the rate of change of bending moment along the x direction is equal to the magnitude of the shear force. Or in other words, we can say that the slope of the bending moment diagram is equal to the magnitude of the shear force. So this is our first relation. Our second relation is the intensity of loading, which is denoted by W, is equal to minus of df by dx, meaning that the negative of rate of change of shear force along the x direction along the length of beam is equal to the value of intensity of loading. Or in other words, we can say the negative of the slope of the shear force diagram is equal to the intensity of loading. So this is our second relation. These two relations are helpful in finding out the variation of shear force and bending moment between any two kind of loads. It could be 2 point loads, or in between a uniformly distributed load, or in between a uniformly varying load. So with this, our topic is over. Thanks for watching in 5 minutes.